I'm about to whip somebody's ass. Oh, I'm about to whip somebody's ass. Oh, if you don't leave me alone, you're gonna have to send me home, 'cause I'm about to whip somebody's ass.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator.
Classified my ass!
Government is another way to say better than you.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver Common Sense Show.
Want the crackheads to give you a blessing?
2 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. How's everybody doing this afternoon? I am doing peachy king. What's today? It's a Thursday. That's right. Yesterday, I had my Reaver Common Sense, and then Reaver After Dark. All right, I want to cover something really, really quick. Yesterday I had talked about the FBI is expanding its probe into the Clinton email investigation. Well, part of that is Fox News has learned that the FBI has expanded its probe of Hillary Clinton's email with agents exploring whether multiple statements violate a federal false statement statute. So they're looking at several things now still, and one of them is that she lied to them. That she out and out lied. Well, one thing you can say is FBI does not like to be lied to. No. You don't want to do that. All right. I had discussed that yesterday, so I just wanted to throw that little bit in there. And this one is a little bit personal. As those that don't know, I was an EMT firefighter for about 25 years. Had to retire due to injuries. Now, in that time, 25 years, the most I ever made, and I was working at a hospital, was $14.50 an hour. When I was working at an ambulance company, I made $13.50 an hour. Roughly, I'm rounding up so someone doesn't go and look at exactly. I'm rounding off, basically. I mean, I think it was like $14.35, but it was $13.50, I believe, with the ambulance. I was making more or equal. No, I was the highest paid employee there because nobody in the company had spent that many years. So I was making more than paramedics at this company. So when I hear about these fast food workers and Walmart workers demanding that they have to make $15 an hour, well, it pisses me off. It pisses me off to no end. Hang on, I got to do something, which I should have already done. Oh, Where? Dang, this is hard. All right. Come on. The laptop that I use is very, very slow.
Warning. The following video clip contains strong language. Warning. Warning. The following video clip contains strong language.
Alright, that's going to be for the rest of the show, just in case I slip up again. What gets me going is these fast food workers demanding that they make $15 an hour. So in Detroit, a Detroit Fox reporter had brought up to a fast food worker, paramedics don't even make $15, and they save lives. That was the headline. So a reporter with Fox 2 in Detroit asked a fast food worker on Tuesday why she deserved to make $15 an hour when paramedics were paid under that amount. Timed to correspond with the Republican presidential debate in Milwaukee, fast food workers took to the street on Tuesday morning to call attention to the need for a living wage. One worker told Roop Raj that workers needed a union and a minimum wage of at least $15 an hour because it was impossible to live on current wages. It is not possible, she said. I'm going to stop right there. It's called manage within your means. I was able to buy a very nice house here in Florida on my wages. Very nice. So don't tell me that you can't do it. No, you're trying to live outside your means, and that's the problem. Too many people are trying to live outside their means. I have done it in the past and got my wife reamed my ass out for that one. So some people say that paramedics don't even make $15 an hour and they save lives. Raj told fast food worker Miss Jackson. So why should fast food workers get that? Her response is because we do too much. We do more than we get paid for. And according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, now this is going to be a 2011 stat, median pay for paramedics was about $30,000. $31,000 we'll go with. Or $14.77 per hour. Now, she says she does too much. Do you clean up people's blood? Are you wiping people's faces after they just get done throwing up? Are you trying to do compressions in the back of the rig, bouncing wall to wall as you drive down the road? Are you putting your life at danger? Are you putting someone else's life above yours? There's so many ways in the emergency medical field that it can go horribly wrong. What are you going to do? Burn your finger on the burner? What are you going to do? Flip some grease on you? How much schooling do you need? How much training do you need to flip a friggin' burger? How much training do you need to tell them aisle 3's over there? How much training do you need to scan an item and say it'll be $13.50? How much training do you need to go, would you like cheese with that burger? So I'll tell you what, you take your training and you stack it up. I'll take my training just as an EMT, not even a paramedic. And we'll see whose jacket is larger. Mine is about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch thick. And that is not all of my certifications from training. That is not all of my schooling. I challenge any fast food worker, any Walmart worker that thinks they deserve $15 an hour. Come to me. We'll compare. I never deserved anything. I worked my ass off for it. I busted my ass for 25 years to deserve that pay. I didn't deserve anything. I worked my butt off, put my life on the line so many goddamn times I can't even count. And this woman thinks she does more than what she gets paid for? No, she's trying to live outside her means. She can very well live, but she wants to live outside her means. So those that think they deserve more, that it's owed to them, let me tell you something, you ain't owed shit. You owe the world to work your ass off to advance. You owe the world working hard. Saw a video recently, and the guy used those terms of bootstraps and all that and hard work, and sat there and said, nope, that does not get you anywhere in life. You will not succeed like that. It's the whites, they've been given everything. There's a white man preaching about, inequality. Yeah. I've worked for what I have. And I'm still scratching and clawing. I don't get paid for what I do here. I do it because I want to. I volunteer for this. It keeps my mind busy. It allows me to have my freedom of speech, to be able to pass it on to others. I don't get paid. Don't want to be paid. You don't deserve shit, people. I'm getting tired. And what's funny is you people are so... And this is not an ethnic. This is white, blacks, browns. Every goddamn color under the rainbow. The simple-minded that you are being bought by politicians. They are pandering to you. The Democrats are pandering to you, and you are buying it. They know it's not going to get passed. They don't want it passed. They do it to buy your votes because they know you will jump on board with them in a heartbeat. Again, we're going to go to, if these Democrats cared so much about gun control, 2009, 2010, they had control of the House, the Senate, and the President. They could have pushed anything through like they pushed Obamacare through. They could have pushed gun control through if they cared. If they cared so much about immigrants and wanted immigration reform, they would have pushed it through, just like they did Obamacare. No, they sat on their ass and pushed Obamacare through and said, yep, that's all we need to do. And the people are gullible enough that they keep following. Oh, yeah, they're going to do immigration reform. They're going to give all these people citizenships. Oh, they're going to ban those nasty, nasty guns that commit all those crimes. They're going to pay us $15 an hour. They care about us. It's a sad day. Do you think think that the Republicans care about me? No. They're politicians that care about themselves. Democrats don't give a rat's ass about anybody. They only care about themselves. $15, my friggin' ass. It pisses me off. When was the last time you had to clean a blood-soaked puke, everything, all over a rig? When was the last time you had to clean something of that magnitude up? Disinfect the whole rig. When was the last time you had to lay down on the ground, scoot yourself into a vehicle with your feet hanging out while goddamn traffic is blown by at 70 miles per hour? When was the last time that you sat there and held a family member and had to tell them that their relative has passed on and listened to them cry? When was the last time you ran into a building that was crumbling around, burning up, but you still ran in it to save lives? Everybody thinks that the emergency medical field gets paid all this beautiful money. For number one, let me give you everybody some knowledge. EMS is the bastard child of all the emergency services. We are treated like stepchildren. Well, I can't say that because stepchildren aren't always. But you understand what I mean by this. We're not paid high prices, wages. They don't want to pay these huge wages. So don't think you deserve anything. Get some schooling. Go to trade school. There is God knows how many grants, and there's money out there for you to go to trade school. You don't have to go to college. Or you can go to college because there is a lot of opportunities. You have just not looked for those opportunities. These people want to do the most minimum work and get paid the most. This is not about... What it will do is it's going to hurt the teenagers, the early 20s, because nobody's going to want to hire them at $15 an hour. Hell no. They're going to want the most experienced people that are going to work their ass off. So you're going to see a lot of people out of work. That's even if the job openings are there, because within the fast food restaurant, pretty much almost every single job can be automated. McDonald's has said it multiple times. They didn't do it because they didn't want to cost jobs. They still believed in the American people. What's even worse, you think McDonald's is a huge corporation. Shows how much you really listen. Shows how much you really know. They are franchises. That is a small business that has to pay a huge cost to have that name. God, I hate that in the background. Sorry. It just... The people that are gullible enough to fall for the bullshit of the left. The lies. Blatant lies. The blatant pandering. And people keep falling for it. Oh, they care about us. No, they don't. Alright, it's getting that time. Listen, every Monday through Friday, you can listen to the Reaver Common Sense, hosted by me, Jersey Joe, from noon to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on shrmedia.com, punditpress.com, and you can even listen on my website, reaverofcommonsense.com. Also, if you missed my show and you want to listen to it, well, it's replayed the next day on rebootingliberty.com. Now, every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, join me and Crash for Reaver After Dark, hosted by the Jersey Boys. That's right here on shrmedia.com and punditpress.com, and you can also find it on reavercommonsense.com. If you're on Reaver Common Sense, or I should say when you go, you should be knocking each other running to the computer to get to it. Well, you're listening on the computer, so it shouldn't be really that hard. Just go to reaverofcommonsense.com. And on the left-hand side, click the little like button. Keep up to date on everything Reaver. You'll know when I have post live shows. You also know when I post my articles. All right, we will be right back after this commercial break.
You have been listening to Reaver Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe.
Done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network. In a world controlled by corrupt politicians.
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
A team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cow for the stupid promo.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Times are dark. The people are misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation looking for direction needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, Pundit Press Radio, and YouTube through the SHR Media page for a different kind of commentary on the unpleasant blind guy. Because the truth is not always pleasant.
Hey, it's Jersey Joe from Reaver of Common Sense, and we have moved to a new night and time. Every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on shrmedia.com, you will catch the Reaver of Common Sense uncensored, unfiltered, and only on shrmedia.com.
Done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Wish I was too dead to cry, a self-affliction face, stones to throw at my creator, masochist to which I cater. You don't need to bother, I don't need to breathe, keep slipping farther. But once I hold on, I won't let go till it ends. Wish I was too dead to to care. If indeed I cared at all. Never had a voice to protest, so you fed me shit to digest. I wish I had a reason. My flaws are open season. For this I gave up trying. One good turn deserves my time. You don't need to bother. I don't need to be. I'll keep slipping farther. But once I hold on, I won't let go till it bleeds. Wish I'd died instead lived. A zombie hides my face. Shell forgotten with its memories. Tires left with cryptic entries. And you don't need to bother. I don't need to be. I'll keep slipping farther. But once I hold on, I won't let go till it bleeds. You don't need to bother. I don't need to be. I'll keep slipping farther. But once I hold on, never let down my deceit.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe. Alright. Why is this not working? Come on. There you go. My laptop to the left of me is acting up. And for some reason out of nowhere, it just restarted on me. I'm like, okay. All right. So enough on the wage stuff. I don't need my blood pressure up that high. It's not going to change these gullible people in this world. I told this not to load. Man, that's annoying. There we are. All right. So, France to carry, yes, climate deal will be legally binding. Leaders in France and European Union are sparring with Senator of State John Kerry, saying that an upcoming UN climate change agreement should be legally binding. Laurent Fabius, France's foreign minister, responded Thursday to Kerry's insistence that the agreement is not a treaty and should not have legal force, saying Kerry might have been confused. Yeah, like that never happened. Sorry, shiny thing caught my eye to the left. jurists will discuss the legal nature of an accord on whether it should be termed as a treaty or an international agreement, Fabius told reporters in Paris, according to Reuters. But the fact that a certain number of depositions should have a practical effect and be legal binding is obvious, so let's not confuse things, which is perhaps what Mr. Kerry has done. Fabius met with Kerry Wednesday after Kerry was quoted in the Financial Times saying that the deal due to be finalized next month is definitely not going to be a treaty. The European Union agreed with France. The Paris Agreement must be an international legally binding agreement. The title of the argument is yet to be decided, but it will not affect its legal binding form. A spokesman for the EU Climate Commission. Avoiding a treaty has been a long-standing position of the Obama administration. Of course, because this guy loves to go around the rules. This guy loves it so he does not have to get permission from, that's right, Congress. So if he can sneak around it without going to Congress, he's going to do it. Which argues that previous attempts to get a worldwide climate pact like the Kyoto Protocol in the 2009 Copenhagen meeting failed to have much impact, largely because countries could not agree to such stringent and internationally binding terms. Instead, the Obama administration and some world leaders want the agreement due to be signed next month in Paris to be a sum of contributions from each country based on what that country believes is possible. That format would allow President Obama to agree that the pact is not a treaty and does not require Senate ratification, a high bar that requires 2/3 of the Senate. This is not a political discussion. This is real accord with facts, Fabius told Reuters, acknowledging political difficulties Obama faces in the United States. Do I need to go over the global warming cultists? They're going to push this down our throat and push it down our throat and push it down our throat. They're trying to get people to believe in this Ponzi scheme. It just, I don't know. I'm getting annoyed with this administration. I'm getting tired of, there's so much going on, and he's more worried about pushing this cult and putting stringent requirements that are killing us financially. The people, not the country, the people. What are we going to do? I don't know. Nearly 7 out of 10 Americans think Clinton acted either unethically or illegally over the emails. Dang, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good number. Should be 100%. That means 30% are too frigging stupid. That 30% I am going to give the I went fully retarded, helmet wearing, window licking moron of the year award. That's a lot to give out to 30% of the country. Republicans divided over how far to go with Obamacare repeal. As you know, the Democrats are open to repeal the Cadillac tax. And they should really push it as far as they can. Senate Republicans are divided over how far to go with the Obamacare repeal bill they plan to send to the president's desk by year's end. Senate GOP leaders have told their members they will repeal as much of the 2010 health care reform law as possible. But some Republicans are balking at a proposal to repeal the expansion of Medicaid. I am very concerned about the 160,000 people who had Medicaid expansion in my state. I have difficulties with that being included. Senate Shirley Moore Capito, a Republican from West Virginia. 30 states have accepted the option to expand their Medicaid rolls under Obamacare, extending the coverage to millions of people. Many of the states that accepted this expansion are led by Republican governors, such as John Kasich in Ohio, and some Senate Republicans are reluctant to countermand them. Well, there's other things. Do I think it all should be repealed? Yes. Is there other things they can do to neuter Obamacare? Yes. You just can't start pulling that away from people without having something else in place. We're going to have to. We're not going to win the argument if we don't. We need to have a plan in place, ready to go, so we can deneuter. How about this? Remove the mandate and fine for the American people if we do not buy Obamacare and health insurance. How about repealing that part? That would make a lot of people happy. And that's the biggest thing that has people pissed off. It's not the fact that, some of them are pissed off that our government got involved in health insurance. My biggest issue is the mandate. You have to do this. You have to. Or we're going to fine you. Oh, no, we can't fine. Okay, we're just going to call it a tax. No, it's a fine. It is a punishment for not listening, for not obeying our government. It is a punishment. Tax can be punishing, but a tax is not punishment. A fine is punishment. Another Senate Republican speaking on condition of too afraid to stand up. I'm just going to put that. Too afraid to stand up and speak his mind. Expressed concern that the state that expanded Medicaid would be penalized by billions of dollars if Congress repealed the federal assistance. Repealing the Medicaid expansion is not going to be in there because it's too problematic for many Republicans. I don't want to stick the state with the bill. What do you think? What do you think? Okay. When you expand Medicaid, what do you think happens? The federal government only pays for the first 3 years. Then it's going to stick the state with that enormous bill. That's why I was against Florida taking it. I think our governor was smart. Because the federal government only pays the first 3 years. Then it's the state that gets stuck with that huge bill. And yes, Medicaid would have helped my family out. So right now, I think on this for the repeal, and we have some leverage, leave the Medicaid expansion alone just for right now. But take that penalty away for not buying Obamacare, for not having insurance. Take that penalty away. And it's going to make life a lot easier for a lot of Americans. All right, it's that time. Yep, time for a quick commercial. Remember, every Monday through Friday, noon to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, You can listen to Reaver of Common Sense, that's me, hosted by Jersey Joe. Yeah, I'm totally messing this commercial up. Break up. Right here on shrmedia.com and punditpress.com. If you miss my live show and want to listen to it, there is two ways you can go about it. One, you can go to the next day and listen on rebootingliberty.com, or you can go to Reaver Common Sense and go to past shows page. I also have Sackhead Radio, or Sackhead Show. I am totally screwing up today. I am carrying all their past shows also. So, also remember Wednesday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on SHR and punditpress.com. So, catch you on the other side of this commercial.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe.
Done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network. In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cough for the stupid promo.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Times are dark. The people are misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation looking for direction needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, Pundit Press Radio, and YouTube through the SHR Media page for a different kind of commentary on the unpleasant blind guy. Because the truth is not always pleasant.
Hey, it's Jersey Joe from Reaver of Common Sense, and we have moved to a new night and time every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on shrmedia.com. You will catch the Reaver of Common Sense uncensored, unfiltered, and only on shrmedia.com.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by me, Jersey Joe. I'm going to cut back early a little bit today, not do the music. This last portion of the show, I'm going to be going over about 5 articles, but it's all about the same thing. So if I repeat some of the things, please forgive me. I'm going over multiple different articles. For those that are listening also, don't forget, if you're able to, go to shrmedia.com, and on the right-hand side, about quarter of the way down, there's a little thing that says live chat room. Jump in the live chat room, and yeah, I'm usually in there, and see when you come in. It might take me a minute or two, because they're, me paying attention and all that. Hey, takes a few. So, what I'm going to be going over is the Missouri University, or University of Missouri, whichever way you want to put it and say it. There's a lot of questions going on with that, and there's a lot of issues that I have with that. I'd say a lot of ums today, too, I noticed. Missouri demonstrators segregate white allies to form black-only healing space. Now, I'm not going to claim to be this expert or understand everything that goes on or went on with Martin Luther King, but wasn't one of his main messages to do away with segregation? Wasn't that a big issue back in the 50s and 60s of the segregation? They did not want to be separated by color. But now they're separating by color. Isn't that directly against Martin Luther King's message? I don't understand it. That's why I'm not taking this stuff that seriously, because this is more... Seems like they're being fed stuff and pushed by someone or some entity that has an agenda. They're using these kids for their agenda. And I agree with the person in the chat room that there is a lot of leftist indoctrination on those campuses. But these students, the student protesters at the University of Missouri asked white supporters to leave Wednesday night in order to create a black-only healing space. Steve Schmidt, an activist who was at the protest, tweeted that concerned students' 1950 groups were asking white allies to leave. You ask me to leave like that, you are not my ally. Prominent Black Lives Matter activists seemingly confirmed those with Caucasian skin were asked to leave the area, treating that the groups had created a black-only healing space for the students to share, decompress, be vulnerable, and real. That within itself, separating, isn't that racism? Isn't that what they went on about for years? And I agree with them. That's racism, separating by the color of the skin. They don't like to be treated that way. They don't want to be treated that way. And I don't treat anybody that way. I treat everybody on one thing, on how you treat me. You treat me with respect, I will treat you with respect. You come at me with pissy, I'm going to come at you pissed off. You come at me with an uppity, I'm better than you, I'm going to embarrass you. That's the way I am. You come to me nicely, I respond that way. This would piss me off if I was trying to help that group and they told me because I am white, I had to go away. Just because of the color of my skin. That is racism right there. That is racism. But it's acceptable because of the color of their skin. It's acceptable. Mark Kim, another reporter who was at the scene, told the Blaze that he spoke with some people around the area and confirmed white individuals had been formed a second group upstairs. It just keeps getting better and better every single day. So, this is pretty much the whole BS of this started. One of the things that started up was the student body president. Well, this is one of his big things he did. He put a tweet out there saying that the KKK was on campus. Everybody needs to fear. I hate pop-ups. So he was saying that the KKK was on campus. Everybody needs to beware. Yeah. He admits there was no KKK. But this is also the same man who proclaimed that a pickup truck drove past him, yelling the N-word at him. And this is one of the actions that led to the school president, Tom Wolfe, resigning on Monday because he didn't act fast enough. He has now admitted there was no incident with a pickup truck with someone yelling the N-word. Dang computer. Someone wrote in the chat room, that's fine in one's home, but not in public. Yep. On the segregation. But this school student body president, Peyton Head, not only did he lie about the KKK being on campus, that threw everybody into a major tizzy. Not tizzy, but it threw a lot of fear and a lot of issues. He also lied about the N-word that caused the president to have to resign because he didn't act fast enough. The president of the student body. And he's still the president of the student body, last I checked. That's 2 lies this person has given to push a racism incident. Where is the outrage from the community that he lied? Now that's acceptable. He didn't do this by himself. It ends up he does have some ties leading all the way to the White House. He's pushing an agenda for a group. That's my opinion. There's a group paying him to do this, to push this agenda. I agree. Is there anything in this he did not lie about coming from Dave? And this is the unpleasant blind guy is in the chat room. And he put in there, is there anything in this that the student body president has not lied about? And I don't think so. I think he has pretty much lied about everything. He has started. And the other issue of the fecal swastika. It was found at 2 o'clock in the morning in the bathroom. 2 o'clock in the morning it was found and called. The police have come out, taken pictures, all that. Everything is breaking news. Multiple casualties after explosion hits Beirut. Seems there's been an explosion in Beirut. Don't have any details. I'll see what I can find, but I know my shows, there's not a lot of time left on the show. This is unacceptable also. Hunter Park, a white male, has been arrested after threats that he was going to hurt black people at the University of Missouri. He did this 2 days after the chancellor and the president stepped down. He was not happy, but he screamed that he made threats online that he was going to bodily hurt some black people, and that is unacceptable. But what's funny, not funny, and ironic, got a brain fart. Yeah, this gentleman has made threats online, and this is totally unacceptable. And what's the irony is it was done after there was supposed threats, KKK, the swastika and all this that no one has seen. No one has found any proof of anything, and we know there's been multiple lies passed about all this, and then this idiot comes up and makes threats to black people. Yeah, that's real smart. But, yes, all he has to say, as Don Pleasant, blind guy, pointed out, it is his account was hacked. That is the huge excuse that the left use, and we must believe them when they say it. Because if we don't, they're going to, rail you back. My account was hacked. I am not responsible. Everything is my account was hacked when they say something stupid. So that's all this guy has to do, say his account was hacked. And with all the lies that have been said, it's hard to believe what's coming out. But this one was online, and the police saw the threat and have arrested the man. And now, all this, this swastika that was supposed to have been done in fecal matter that the police photographed, but everything's been redacted on the police report, which is really weird because I've never seen the police redact information on a freedom of information request on a police report. I've never seen that done before. And it's so blacked out, you would think the CIA had their hands in it. So that tells me right there also something's not kosher. But now all this has led to the students at Ithaca are now protesting to get the college president to step down. So what we're going to have is every time someone was not happy with their college president or their teacher, they're going to protest and mandate that they step down. There's a teacher also at the University of Missouri that they're mandating step down because all the protesting and everything that's going on, students missed a final. And he or she is not allowing them to use that as an excuse. So the students want her removed because she is not allowing that as an excuse. Well, if you choose to go to one of these rallies and not go take your final, which that's what you're there for in school, part of school is taking finals. That's life. You go to a job, you tell them, well, I didn't show up for my job because I went to this rally, and you got to excuse me. There's going to be a lot of laughing. A lot of laughing. Could be, Dave. It very well could be. It could be set up, too, for that person to make that threat to make it sound credible. But now, every time a student is not happy with his teacher, he's just going to start screaming and crying that, it's not fair and let's go protest and we want the teacher removed. It's getting nuts out there, and it's a product, and sometimes it's starting to bite the Democrats in their ass. But that is for tomorrow's show. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, the unpleasant blind guy, for being in the chat room. If you're listening, you got to jump in the chat room, especially if he's in there. He brings up a lot of great points, and I can't mention every single one, and I do apologize about that. You can find him on my Facebook. Very often I am reposting his stuff. He has a great show. It is on a multitude of online access. Pundit Press, Rebooting Liberty, shrmedia.com, Spreaker. The list goes on and on that his show is listed on. So check him out. Look for him, the unpleasant blind guy. Great commentator. All right. Remember, every Monday through Friday, noon to 1 p.m., you can catch the Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by me, Jersey Joe. And don't forget, every Wednesday night, you can catch Reaver After Dark, hosted by the Jersey Boys, That would be myself, Jersey Joe, and Crash. 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Both shows are here. That's right, on shrmedia.com and punditpress.com. You can also catch the show after it's aired the next day on Rebooting Liberty. Great site full of a lot of information. Now, you can also go to Reaver Common Sense, catch all my live shows, and also catch past shows of Reaver Common Sense and the Sackhead Show. So, I will catch everybody tomorrow. Take it easy.
I've been around this world, yet I see no end. All shall fade to black again and again. This storm that's broken me, my only friend, yeah. In this river all shall fade.